So let's listen to it and see what things come to mind when you hear the piece. Uncertainty. Hey, Super Joshy, how's it going, man? We can put uncertainty. I can see it. Melancholic? The sprinkle of hopeful? Constant back and forth? Yeah. At least while the bass is present, right? Because this doesn't feel... It seems like, especially as the video kind of lifts up to the sky, that it becomes maybe more hopeful. But see, then the bass is back. Oh. Maybe right up until the very end there. There's this interesting journey of maybe he's not very sure. What's the word that I'm looking for with this? I was thinking of the word wistful. It came to mind, so I just wanted to look it up. And having or showing a feeling of vague or regretful longing. Similar, regretful, nostalgic, yearning, longing. Hello. Anyways. Maybe not so much. Kind of had that, maybe like that longing. I don't know, there's something about it. Because like it didn't sound totally happy, right? Like we got that with uncertainty and melancholic. With some things moving to hopeful, we get this no. The uncertainty disappeared at some point. Do you think it disappeared? I don't want to. It's easy enough to find this. It's not like there's a ton of music here. Do you think that it disappeared? See here how the bass drops out here? it kind of loses, it gets like a lot fuzzier, the bass does here. It doesn't go away, but it doesn't have these impactful. Yeah. It's such a cool little sequence going into there. It's not as deep, and then it almost falls out in the end. Like we go to space. Yeah, right. Because it loses this. And it kind of loses that, and just gets real like fuzzy instead. But it's almost still like, it's almost like not as low, and it's almost like happening up like an octave higher, which is not quite there. I had something going in my head, and I was like, oh, the bass is kind of climbing up here a little bit. It was like, but then it dropped again. You know, I was like, okay, scrap that idea. It doesn't work. The beauty of music analysis like this is it's kind of like you get to listen to the piece and you get to be like, okay, what do I think it says? And then instead of the answer being like incredibly definitive, it's more like a how are you going to prove it? Like you just pull what you want and prove that it says what you want it to say, you know? All right. So, so is that the you like the sounds? Thanks, Nish. Back and forth, very frontal at the start, kind of moves into the background. Yeah. It falls out. Okay, so what do we have? This little this G, C, F, D. So we have this little accompaniment pattern here, which changes as we go. Turn here. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, not sure if tonal's the right term. Yeah, we probably find a video that shows the notes of the OST on YouTube. I know, but that's half the fun is figuring it out ourselves, you know? That's half the point. So 7, 8. So it goes on. This gets repeated times 8 times. Right up in here. Da, 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 da. This isn't the most important part, but I think if we look at what this is giving us, and we see kind of the chord shift, I think we might be able to glean some information, you know, as it were. Need to go back just the smidge. So then the top notes here are still, it goes down to B and D. So it's something B. So it actually changes to E and G. So we go from to that's a cool shift from that's cool. So anyways, that's just like an initial kind of setting up there, right? So G, B, F, D, G, B, D, F would be this chord, would be like a G7. But then this shifts to E, G, B, D, which is an E. Well, not an E, it's like an E minor 7. This is a, that's not totally right? If we stacked it. Oh wait, no. Wait, sorry, I messed that one up. I messed that one up a little bit. So the notes that we get here, so we can erase these later. We go G, C, F, D. It's also not this high. These are like an octave down. These are a little bit too high here. Now that I'm remembering that I'm on middle C. So yeah, real quick, let's actually change this real quick. This goes 4 times. It actually did a little different there too. That's a different chord here than it is here. Because it goes to, how interesting. So then it kind of climbs a little bit more because it's going by fifths here instead. So it's kind of climbing up. So maybe we can use this as the little uncertainty part, right? It goes. You know, that's the bass line. That's how it's moving up there a little bit. Meanwhile, this is just. That's kind of where it's going a little bit. But yeah. I'm interested to see where it goes after this, you know. Too far. then the bass really comes in. Nice niche. Oh, right. So that goes another 4. And then the bigger bass comes in. Sounds like 4 notes. We're writing down 4 notes. Okay, so that's the most important part here, where he's walking outside and getting to see the actual blue sky that Sam's been talking about, right? So, because this is all scripted, there's nothing for the player to go through. All right, let's take a peek at what the melody is. All right. So let's take a peek. So we have like this accompaniment, which we'll take a peek at later, because I think this is a we call it an ostinato, where it just kind of goes like this. Obviously important when like the harmony changes. You know, important when the harmony changes because it changes the overall flavor of the piece, going from to, and then right. But this one, it's a little funnier because they put the F down here. Melody ascends, but then it goes back, being brought home, though subtly. Chord feels like resolving the melody, and then it goes back on an ascending venture, talking about the bass line mostly. Right. Yeah, the bass line's very uncertain, right? We'll look at the music thing. Yeah, no, you're fine, Nish. That's fine. That's what the whole point is. Just trying to. Sorry, one second. I think that's it. I don't know why. I'm like. There we go, G. I'm just getting a little bit more of this melody done. One second. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna start here. Maybe. It does a lot, and it's a little slow. I mean, probably. I mean, it's not like a regular piano. I just have a regular piano to work with. It sounds like it's back here. It gets that melody. This melody really so da, da. This is not very well melodically spaced. It's just to kind of give us an idea of the shape of things. This is very, it's like kind of constantly pulling itself like back down and going up and down. Yeah, we need to look at the bass line with it too, I think, because the bass line will be doing different things. I like, okay, so it does really shoot up there towards the end, and I like how it does that as the video is giving you like this as the game is showing you this this bigger picture of the sky. Like because you're not even at the land anymore. What an interesting, because the sky in the video goes from blue and you see the title show up, and then it goes black, and it actually shifts there because as it's climbing higher and higher. And then it's like that actual like bass drops off, and it just gives you this like real light accompaniment. But it's like real quiet, right? And then it's just and I feel like those are maybe just to give it some chordal presence. Because that pattern, like it's all still there. This similar pattern that we laid out in the front here. But then, yeah. But then the melody drops out, right? And then it really... So it eventually, it goes like way up here. I mean, it's tinkering around like middle C, an octave higher, like 2 octaves higher than middle C. So it really goes up there as the thing climbs. It goes up and up and up. So it goes up and up and up and up, and then the melody like finishes. And then the melody ends and you're still left. What do you, okay. And that's it. So those last few notes though, right? The bass returns, but did you notice that those last few bass notes are still climbing? And that's how that bass cuts out there, even though the screen. So I wonder if that's that. Yeah, it's like it's bringing you home, but it's still with this like this new idea. Up, it's not, or however you want to do it. Maybe. Because you notice that that little pattern's not there anymore. And the pattern, the 4-note, it is still always, it's been really focused up in here. And waking up after a good dream and feeling good. Yeah. So You know what I like about that is because that is not a resolution. So maybe it brings you back down, right? You're still underground. John is waking up from his dream here. But I mean, this is like way. Oh, wait. One more. Right, and it's kind of like an ellipses, right? Resolution on the first note and sways up, calls a new purpose, new path. Yeah. Basically, I feel like so it doesn't resolve here. And you get wait. Yeah. Like it's not a resolution. Yeah, it hits a resolution to kind of bring you back home. After this big dream of the gigantic blue sky. Oh. Yeah, to a pretty it ends here on so I feel like yeah. Definitely the like if it is this this big climbing thing, because the melody starts out in a pretty normal place, and then it kind of shoots up another octave, and then you still have these little remnants. I smacked my microphone there. Yeah. Okay. Thought I fixed that. There we go. It's kind of like octaves here, which is why it sounds really stable. And then it doesn't. It just. I really like that, and I think it leaves that the dream isn't finished yet. It leaves you in a very uncertain, and it really leaves you you want to know more, right? I mean, we hit that, and then the game was to be continued, and we were yeah, right now, because I'm not done here. But everything else sounds really stable, because you kind of come back down to earth, and you get, but then you get this, which if you brought it all down, crunchy. Like a minor sixth, but way spread out. what does the book I'm reading right now say about minor cities? Yeah, neutral or restless. It actually says it's a soft consonant. Really? Because you want it. Yeah. So if you're like in major, right, chord voicing is fine. Yeah, it makes it real. You're right. Yeah, the spacing is definitely an important part. So instead of the instead of that, you get. I don't consider that a soft consonance. I definitely see that as like a restless tone, and it's definitely not a resolution tone. Like if you wanted it to resolve, you could like. Even if you kept it at like an octave, but the melody, the high notes stayed just, you know, right there, and the bass went. So it was like a very like uneven. Like maybe the dream is still lingering and John is waking up, but ready to embark on a journey. You know? Maybe. And that's the fun part about music. I do think that our thing here, uncertainty, we definitely got a lot of uncertainty, and it floats around a lot. Like it's very slowly climbing and going in. I see the hopeful part, right? I think especially as the game is showing you this this image. Where's my mouse? Showing you this image of the blue sky that Sam has been talking about. Like it's a beautiful. It's not this like it's not this disaster land, you know. And it's going, and the chord pattern, especially on like the ostinato and everything, is pretty good. And then the dream is lingering. John's waking up and starting his journey. And then it just, and then obviously all that stuff begins. I think that's a cool way to look at it without having the time to sit down and really dig into how these harmonies are changing as we go and everything like that. But you can see it. You can see in the stuff that that we have how it kind of is like kind of constantly moving itself up and back down as the melody goes. So you can definitely see this kind of uncertainty, and you know everybody's being told by the mayor, by the people in power that it's a wasteland and it's nothing. It's the dying land. Everything's dead and everything. And then you have a few people, the dissenters, the fantasists that are like, no, it's beautiful. There's a blue sky and green below you and everything like that. And since the beginning of the game takes place underground, you get this real big. You get this really high compared to where John is. Right? Okay. I think we're seeing that there. The general idea is pretty clear, and the track does feel thought out. So it's interesting to unpack. Yeah, for sure. I think that's cool. I think that's a really good way to think about it. And such a spread of voices. Yeah, I think, yeah, it does a really good way of maybe leaving the sky very faint up here as the guy underground continues to stir and begin his adventure there. The winds, they are a changing, right? Anyways, I think that's really cool. And I think that dream sequence was really neat, and the music really adds a lot to it, including giving you that that lack of a resolution. Like the story is still there to be written. So it really makes you want to, like, because then the game's like, do you want to keep on going? And then you're like, yeah, I would really like to keep on going. Thank you, because you ended me here, and I would really like to not be here. I would really like to make it to the to the dream. I would like to see my dream become a reality. You know, I think that's really cool.